how do you become an inevitable millionaire? Why do I want everyone in my audience to be a millionaire? Because I want you to live an extraordinary life. I want life to be your masterpiece. I want you to have the power of choice. Wealth creates the opportunity to make decisions out of courage, not fear. Wealth brings the ability to make a sharp right turn when opportunity presents itself. How do you get on a track where if you keep working on your skill set, you keep working on your mindset, you keep working on your money paradigm, that you have an open-ended enough opportunity to make money that you can get there. I want you to know that you have inside of you everything you need and that the opportunity is yours. The floor is yours. There is no dress rehearsal. This is your life. Life is now. Make every single day count. Now is your moment. Well, happy Thursday. I'm so excited to be back here. It's Friday, not Thursday. Oh my gosh, what a crazy week it's been. See you guys? It's Friday. Actually, I am off for most of the day today with my family. My niece and my brother-in-law just flew in and we're going to show them a good old time here in Florida. So I'm already in weekend mode, I guess. Okay, what a week. What a week we've had. It's so great to be back here with you guys. We've covered mindset. We've covered habits of the ultra high net worth. We've talked about how the wealthy use their time and what the difference is between the 1% and the 99% are. We talked about mindset, habits, belief. We've talked about your inner circle. We've talked about many of the components that are the distinction between staying stuck and struggling and creating your ultimate 1% life. And I am so excited to lead you all through this process of cultivating your 1% life. Are you ready? If you're here and you're watching today and you're ready to create your 1% life, let me know that in the comments now. Myself and the entire team cannot wait to welcome you into the Inevitable Millionaire. We had an unbelievable session yesterday, which kicked off a 6-week mini course within the Inevitable Millionaire, all about raising wealth consciousness, creating your dream life, building multiple streams of income. You guys get the benefit of not only learning the business acumen, but the life strategy and the wealth creation pieces within this program, which are just so unique. It's a category of its own, and the results are going to reflect that. I'm so excited to share. We have a few of the new members of the Inevitable Millionaire that have been in the program just for this first month that are going to be coming on in just a little bit and sharing about their experience and what their observations are, what results they're getting, and what you can expect on the inside. So look forward to that. Today is a really important day because it's the beginning of the end. Okay, so we are at Friday. The registration process is going to be open until Tuesday. Tuesday evening, it is done. And when it's done, cart closes, price goes up, and we will not be back here again with the 1% wealth code until sometime late this year. Okay, so I want to invite you now to make the best decision that you possibly can, which is investing in yourself, which is then going to be the trigger for impacting all of the other areas that you want to create change in. If you look at, read, study, watch any of the most successful people in the world, they will tell you that the first step in any step of creating extraordinary in any area of your life begins with an investment in yourself. Why? Because your money isn't going to grow beyond your mindset. Your career isn't going to expand beyond your growth, right? Your success is never going to outpace your growth, right? So the first step in triggering massive improvement and massive achievement in any area of life is going to be investing in you. Now, the beautiful thing about the Inevitable Millionaire is that it's very comprehensive in that it touches on all of the core areas of life that matter most. Family first, spirituality, health and wellness, career success, financial growth, wealth consciousness, and everything in between. Each month to 6 weeks, there's a cycle of focus, which is going to dial into one of these key areas to help you to first do any energy clearing of things that no longer serve you, no longer are in alignment with where you're going in your life. Then we do a reconstruction of beliefs, values, and habits. And then we get into the strategy and the actual action plan to make your goals a reality. And you will see in very rapid succession how fast you can impact change in a multitude of areas in your life very, very quickly. And that's the thing that has been most shocking. We're only on week 4 right now of The Inevitable Millionaire. This is a brand spanking new program. And the thing that has been just absolutely mind blowing to me is seeing how quickly these transformations are happening. And you're going to hear from 2 people today that are going to talk about their transformation, their rapid transformation, their rapid impact that they've experienced during this time. So I want to invite you all to extend your faith right now and to go to inevitablemillionaires.com. Get yourself registered today. It is the beginning of the end. And there's a couple of reasons why it's important to take action right here, right now, and to get yourself started. Number 1, the September Elevate Your Inner Circle event is moving fast and it's almost sold out. You get a complimentary ticket to the Elevate Your Inner Circle event on September 2nd when you pay in full today for the Inevitable Millionaire. These are going, gone. And once the spots are filled, they're filled because we can't go over capacity in the room. This event alone is worth the entire price of the year investment in the Inevitable Millionaire. So just getting this ticket alone, if that's all you did all year long, it would be worth the entire investment for the program. Usually when we do these events, they're $1,500, $2,500, $3,000. Hey, Marley, stop. Hold on, I'm going to introduce you guys to my Cavapoo, who's crying. Come here, Marley. Let's say hi to everybody. Let's say hi. It's Friday. It's a good day. Have you guys met Marley? This is Marley. Marley, say hi, everyone. Marley's about a year old, right? He's about a year and he loves to work with me. But then when he sees other people come around, he wants to go see them. And if my office door is closed, he cries. And then I'm stuck behind the camera and I can't let him back out again. So you guys got to meet Marley. That's Marley. He's a year old. Billy and I have been together for almost 17 years now. We had 2 beagles and they were like our children before we had Madison. We had them basically from birth until death. And then we had Madison in between. And then when we moved to Florida, once we got settled in a couple weeks in, we were like, we got to have pets back in our life again. We got to have, our little, we got to have our little friend. So Marley is Cavapoo. He's a year old and he's a part of the family now. So you guys, I'm sure will see him a lot inside the Inevitable Millionaire because he's in and out of my office all the time. So let's go back again. It's going, gone. This is the beginning of the end. The registration process is only open until Tuesday. Tickets are flying out the door for the Elevate Your Inner Circle event. As I mentioned already, this is a one-time opportunity. It is the only time that this is being included absolutely complimentary in your registration. You get a ticket to this event for $0 when you pay in full for the Inevitable Millionaire. The Inevitable Millionaire is a program that is 12 months long where you are live with me every single week. Not only do you get the Kajabi site with the trainings that are already in there and new things being added every single week, including a workbook for every session. It's a mixed media program. So there's live sessions, there's co-working, there's videos, there's exercises, there's all different things. We start off each session, we do gratitude, we do visualization, we do goal setting, we do accountability checks, we do re-reviews of progress and discussion around action plans. And then there is new material that you learn and that I actually teach live. And then I do Q&A on the sessions. There's fireside chats. One of the big things for me that I was really passionate about in creating this program was that I feel that there is this huge disparity where if you're not already wealthy, it's very hard to learn the way that wealthy people make decisions and why and how they become wealthy. And so everything that I learned the hard way. in bits and pieces, kind of through making mistakes and fumbling around. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about doing with this program and why I priced it at just over $300 a month. I mean, it's like a $3,000 program. It should be like 15 or 20,000. I chose not to do that intentionally because I want to provide access to you to learn the things now that you will need in order to get to that level. Usually, you can't even get access to this information, mentorship, or education unless you're already at a 7-figure earner or an 8-figure earner, which is why I think there's such a disparity and why so many people never get there. Because it's like chicken or the egg. You can't get the information unless you're already there, but you're not there because you don't know the information. So the focus of this program is really breaking that paradigm, breaking down that disparity, and opening up this information, education, and mentorship to anyone who chooses. And I do say anyone because, listen, I came from a situation where I had $0 in the bank and was kind of working from behind. Financially, I worked full time while I was building my business. I always had 3 to 4 jobs when I was growing up to pay for myself and to pay my way. If you want to find $330 a month, you're going to find $330 a month. This is not one of those things where we're talking about this huge multi-$1,000 investment. This is one of those things where if it's important enough to you to learn how to think, behave, make decisions, and accumulate the wealth and the lifestyle that goes with your 1% dream, you will find a way. Whether that's taking on extra hours, whether that's adding a new stream of income, whether that's a part-time job, whether that's cutting things that don't add value to your life, where there's a will, there's a way. We've all been there where it's, the money isn't sitting on the table. If it's important to you, you'll find a way. Period. End of story. That's part of the wealth creation mindset. Wealth creation mindset is in realizing that there is no shortage, there is no scarcity, there is no disparity. There's only your ingenuity. There is only your ability to capitalize on opportunity, to see opportunity, and then turn opportunity into whatever outcome you want. And that's part of what we teach in the program. But it's also something that you will need whether you are building a career, want to start a company, want to create financial freedom in any number of ways, right? The other thing that's really unique about the Inevitable Millionaire is that it's holistic. So it is a life and wealth mastery mentorship. It's very different than anything you've ever experienced before. Yes, we will talk about a lot of business concepts and how to be successful growing your business and your income, because obviously that is my area of expertise. I've been spending the last 10 years teaching people how to build companies. Of course, we'll cover that. But for those of you that have been kind of on the fence, like, I'm not sure whether I should invest in this because it's not a straightforward business growth program, here's what I'm going to tell you. Most of the people who invest in business coaching programs shouldn't do that until they do this work. Again, one of the reasons why it's priced the way that it is that I want you to be able to do this work and also participate in business coaching or mentorship or whatever the case if you want or need to. But I promise you, if you have not done this foundational mindset work and you just go straight for the business, most people that do that, they're not going to have success. It's one of the biggest motivating factors behind why I started this program, because what I saw was 2 people can go through the exact same business coaching, same program, same materials, same support system, same education, accountability, resources, the whole 9 yards. They both know exactly what to do. But the person who doesn't have their mindset dialed in, doesn't have that wealth mindset, doesn't have the confidence, the clarity, the healing, these other areas dialed in, they're just not going to see the results. And so we want to level that playing field, and we want everyone to be able to do this work and then apply this to whatever it is that you're building, whether it's that you want to get a promotion and you want to work your way up through an organization and build wealth as an employee, or whether you want to build wealth as an employer. Okay. So we have some great friends joining us today. In just a couple of minutes, you can go to inevitablemillionaires.com to join. Again, tickets are flying out the door for September, and we're going to cut those very, very soon because once the room is maxed, we are maxed. The price of that ticket alone is really worth the majority of the price point of the entire 12 months of the program. You can get in today with no additional cost for that event. It's happening on September 2nd. It's the Elevate Your Inner Circle event. Networking, referral exchanges, collaborations, wealth creation, education. I'll be speaking and teaching. Members of my team will be there. Some of the people from my Golden Rolodex will be there. Clients of mine from other capacities, team members. It's just going to be an absolute party. And you will come back just ready to frigging rock your life on every single level. And I just want to remind you that the thing that's really unique about what we're teaching here is how to holistically approach designing your 1% life. And that includes making time and making space for your health and wellness, deepening and strengthening your relationships, making center and making a focal point to really invest in your spiritual growth as a human being and the depth of your faith and the continuity of that as a trustworthy source of strength and confidence in your life. Wealth creation, building multiple streams of income, business and life success, and everything in between. So this is not about giving you this structured morning routine where you wake up at 4 a.m. I sleep 8 hours a night. I talk about this all the time. I think it's really integral to make sure that your health and wellness and mental and physical well-being is at the center of your goal. I also understand that we all live very busy, very complex lives, and we need to set things up in a simple way that can integrate and be successful for you. And I think that's exactly what we've designed. So I am going to bring on our friend Ginny. Hey, how are you?
Hey, doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, I'm so honored, actually.
Oh, well, I'm happy to have you here. So, first of all, Ginny, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and share why did you join the Inevitable Millionaire?
Yeah, you bet. My name is Jenny Estrada. I am a full-time mom. I have 4 kids. I homeschool, and I have a business that I also work from home. And, honestly, before I jumped in, I was feeling just kind of stuck and stagnant at the point that I was in my business. I have followed you and lots of your free things that you put out there. It's just that rule of reciprocity, right? And so much of what you're speaking about today is so true. I've always wanted to sit under your coaching and your mentorship. And it's just been out of the possibilities financially for us. And so when you did this workshop, I was just like, this is it. Like, this is my chance to sit in the room and to be mentored by people that I feel like I really need to break out of where I was feeling stuck. So
yeah. Thank you. I'm so happy. And that's exactly why I did it, because I realize there's so many brilliant people out there that maybe they're at the beginning stages of building their business, or maybe they're early in their career, or maybe they have 4 kids that they're homeschooling and they're not running this big company that frees up thousands of dollars a month, but maybe you can free up a few $100s a month, but this can get you there. This can get you there, right? So I love that you shared that you homeschool your 4 kids, because I know there's some people watching, Ginny, today that are letting excuses about time stand in their way as to why they're on the fence about joining. So what would you say to those people?
I think one of the most important things is just being intentional. Like, if you really want this, then it means showing up intentionally for your family, showing up intentionally for your health, and showing up intentionally for your business. And if you don't know how to do that, like Kelly teaches that so beautifully, and I just heard that loud and clear. It's something that I had learned, because you have to figure it out if you want to be significant in so many people's lives, right? But that message has carried through in your coaching, and I just felt so aligned with it whenever literally, when you offered that in this workshop, I was just like, she's speaking to me. Like, this is my opportunity, and I'm just so grateful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I think I'm speaking to a lot of you guys watching, and I know we have a lot of replay viewers, but if you're that person that's kind of been following along for a while and you're like, you've been looking for your sign, you've been looking for your opening, like this is it. I don't even know how many more times to say it. But Ginny, I love that. And I love that you said, like, if it's a priority, like you make time for it, you make space for it. Right.
Right.
So talk to me a little bit about what has your transformation been. This program has only been on the market for 4 weeks. It feels like forever, but it's only been 4 weeks. So what has changed for you? What has shifted for you? What have you taken action on? Like, talk to me about your experience so far.
Yeah. I think a lot of coaches teach strategies and it's lacking that mindset piece. And I love that you marry the two because you really do have to have both. I had been in mindset coaching with a different coach for the previous year. But I was still feeling stuck and stagnant, like I said, in my business before I jumped into this. And I think the biggest gift that you've given me so far, just in the 4 weeks, is clarity on vision. And a lot of people talk about that, but don't give you tactile things, or they say it needs to be this, this, this. Versus the way that Kelly teaches it is really, she teaches and then she poses questions. And if you just show up and take the time to do it and journal it, then it's going to come to you what those things need to be for you. And so that's the biggest thing, is getting clarity around, like, what is my vision? Like, not just in my business, but I love the holistic approach. It just very much aligns with me. Like, where do I want to be significant for my family, for my own health and myself, so I can show up as the best version of me everywhere, in my business, as a leader, because I have girls under me that I mentor. And so getting clarity on that has just, it's given me like a breath of fresh air and new inspiration in how I'm showing up. And I mean, I'm like, well, that's what clarity does. Like, I just can't wait to learn everything. I don't even know what else I'm going to learn, but like, that has been the biggest blessing so far, is getting that clarity on, the top 5 things. And so.
That's amazing. No, that's so good. I love that you pulled out the clarity, because that's one of the things I noticed about people. And it's one of the big things with designing your 1% life. Most people, if I ask them, okay, you have 30 seconds, tell me what that looks like, they couldn't even say it.
Yeah.
So there's no way to manifest your dream and to actualize your 1% outcome if you have no idea even what are you working towards. And then there's no plan. And that's the big thing I see with personal development. It's a lot of this, like, visualize, have a vision board, dream, but then it's like there's no actual tangible roadmap for how you're going to make that dream come into reality. And I think that it's really, really important. I like that you mentioned about the way that we structure the calls. It's very intentional, that it's almost like a workshop. So you're not just sitting and listening and listening and listening, and then you have to go back and figure out what to do with it. It's kind of like you leave and you're like, oh, okay, like, this is the plan. Like, this is what I'm working on this week. This is where I'm going from here, right?
Yeah, it's very much, I feel like, because you give us the time and the space in the call to sit and think on it, and those things come. And so It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm on this call and then I have to do this homework. Like, you're doing it. And by the end of the call, I mean, maybe you still have a few things to put together, but you feel like you've really made some progress or had some of those light bulb moments. And one of the other things that you said that I think really resonated with me is that I feel like a lot of people do have a vision or clarity around what they want for their business, but they haven't created that same vision for that holistic success and significance in other areas. And so that sometimes can hold, I see that with girls that I mentor, it holds them back. They're like, well, I want this, but not at the cost that it's, the expense it's going to cost me over here with my family or relationships or this that I have to give up. And I just love that you teach how to do it all, but do it all well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, that takes a lot of intentionality. And we haven't gotten to the portion on family yet, but my biggest thing since the day I started my company is family first. Like, you homeschool your kids. I had Madison home with Billy since the day that she was born. We decided, instead of having 2 incomes, we're going to have 1 income, but we're going to have, a parent that's home full time. And that was really, really important to us. And it took a lot of intention, and we're very strategic about the way that we run our home, just like we're strategic about the way that we run, I run the companies. And I think that is a concern that a lot of people have, and it's a valid concern, because they see so many people having business success that Their personal life is a wreck. They're getting divorced from their spouse. They're complete. You can see that they're not taking care of themselves. They're not exercising. They're not, getting out and doing things with people that they love. They're just, everything else is a wreck. And if you don't have an intentional plan, that does naturally happen. Like, that is the natural course of things. If you pour everything into one area of your life, everything else is going to suffer. That's natural. So a big focus of this program is helping lead people through the intentionality of, like you said, when you're setting your vision, your financial goals, your business goals, all of those things, you have to hold intention. Who's going to be with you in that celebration? Where are you going to be? What form is your body and your life going to be in when you arrive there? And that needs to be held in tension every single breath that you take, every single step that you take. And it's something that's really important for me, because I want to create a new generation of people that are achieving their wealth goals and not compromising that in order to do it. And I know it's possible because I did it. I have to now get that message out and get that methodology out and help you guys to do the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really refreshing. It honestly is, because there's so few people, a lot of people just will tap into business and leave the rest for you to figure out. And like you said, a lot of people, when left to their own devices, want to hit it hard to hit their goals and sometimes unintentionally neglect, the things that really are most important in life. And so I love and appreciate that about you, and that you keep that in the forefront of our minds every single week, because it really is, it's like, why are we doing this? I do it for my family and because of them. And, so I really appreciated that and feel so aligned with it. So
yeah. No, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. So when you look forward, this is month 1 for you. When you look forward to month 12, what do you see? What do you see for yourself? What are you most excited about? Like, what do you now know is possible because of what you're doing here?
I'm still holding on to one of my biggest takeaways from this workshop, which is to stop making decisions or believing what's possible for me is what I can physically see right now. What my results are right now is as good as it gets, or it can only get like an inch above that, a notch above that. And so every day I'm challenging that and asking myself, am I making those decisions? Am I showing up from where I want to be? And having that clarity around where I want to be significant to other people in my life, both with my family, my business, has really helped me step out there and ask myself, like, how do I need to be showing up? And so when I'm having a hard time having that really big picture vision, honestly. So I'm looking forward to growing in that way.
Yeah.
But when I do think about it, I envision how many more people that I can have an impact on because of the different ways that I'm showing up, not just being stagnant, not just going through the motions or checking a box, but really being intentional on how I'm showing up, both with my kids and also, my family and the people I serve in my business and the women I mentor. And thinking about just attracting even more of that, thinking about it's not just who I can see right now and how it's going to affect them, but who is still out there that hasn't even come into my circle yet, but will because of how I've been serving. Yeah,
exactly.
That
It's
excites
all
me.
coming. It's all coming. It's all happening for you. And, that's why I chose, so many people have been asking me, it's a $3,000 program. Like, why didn't you just make a course? Like, I could just sell a course for $3,000, right? We have the audience for it. But I want to see you transform. I want to get to be there to see your transformation. I want to lead you through it. I want to watch you spread your wings and fly. And I know that it's an investment in building this mentorship relationship with you guys, where you will sit here today and say this, and I'll bring you back, 12 months from now, and you'll say, I didn't even, on month 1, I couldn't even see this possibility. And now in month 12, you're sitting in that possibility and you're like, how did this even happen? Right. And I can't wait for that moment. For me, that is so exciting to look for, because I see it for you and I know what's possible. And it's just helping you all work through that transformation to welcome it into your life and to take the step to immerse yourself in it. So.
Yes. And thank you. I mean, that's the perfect way to say it, because while waiting for my vision to grow as I'm stepping into all this. I think you've just made it really bite-sized and simple to take the next step. And just by that, I am making forward progress. I am seeing it and feeling a difference.
Yeah.
So that bigger vision is, I know it's going to come,
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. Well, Ginny, I'm so thrilled. I know I've said this before, but just the caliber of people like you that are in this container, it's just amazing. I'm so honored. And it's, even just the fact that I get to talk to a mom that's homeschooling her 4 kids and building a business. You're a friggin' superwoman. I'm so honored that these are the kind of people that are in this container. And these are the kind of people that I get to spend a year with. So I'm really thankful to have you in the program, and I'm rooting for you. I'm looking forward to watching your transformation. I know the dreams that you have are probably, I was going to say your dreams are going to come true, but I think your dreams are going to get a whole lot bigger. So I know those dreams will come true. I think the next time I talk to you, you're going to be talking about all kinds of crazy stuff that you aren't even talking about today. But thank you for spending some time with me today.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. So honored. Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah. Thanks, Ginny. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have one more special guest coming up, but in the interim, I want to talk a little bit. Oh, she's already here. Hey, how are you? Oh, I can't hear you. Let's see if we can get there. We go.
Here. How are you?
I love your glasses. They are fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. So why don't you first introduce yourself and let everyone know, why did you decide to join the Inevitable Millionaire?
Okay, so first of all, my name is Maria Fontana. I'm a 36-year career entrepreneur of multiple businesses. I'm a true visionary. I started my first business at 19. I am a mom of 2. I have raised my children basically on my own my whole life. I've had to reinvent myself many times because shit happens and life happens.
Yeah.
And why I decided to join is I have been following you, Kelly, since the beginning, since you started online, because it's when I came online to this whole crazy online world from the brick and mortar world. And I joined because honestly, you're real, your humility, and you are the first person, because no matter how much money we have, I found how much success we have, I got so sick and tired of people throwing around, like always talking about the 7 figures, 8 figures, but they're not talking about that it's okay if you didn't come from money. It's okay if the shit hit the fan. Sorry, I cursed. Sorry.
That's totally fine.
It's okay if you had to start over. That is what really pulled my heartstrings with you. I thought she talks about truth. She talks about we don't all come from wealth, or things may have gone wrong, because that's life, but you can get to that next place. So that's really what attracted me, is your humility. And I have worked with you in other programs. I love that you're real. You're a real, beautiful human who's with no ego, who's just kind, loving, and real.
Thank you so much. I think that that's why I'm here. Right? Like, we all have a different calling. And I think there's a lot of people that could teach business. And I think I am one of the best. But there's a lot of people that can teach business. There's a lot of people that can teach mindset. But I think what we're doing here is a really special something, because it digs into humanity on a deeper level. And I'm really trying to create a space where we can be human, if that makes sense. I don't even know how to really put it into words. You said it a lot better than me, I think, but where we can talk about what it really is. Like, we can talk about what we're really experiencing, what we're really feeling, what we're really going to go through on the journey, what that journey is going to look like, that journey is not like this, and I share my stories. I tell you guys my stories of my mistakes and my situations where I fell backwards and things that have happened, because I think it's so instrumental in our growth. And I think for me, what I noticed in the online space is, when this image of perfection is held up, when teachers, people in my position, don't acknowledge the hardship and the actuality of what's going on behind the scenes, I think that creates a massive detriment to the people that we're supposed to be helping. Because when the people that we're supposed to be helping don't see us acknowledging our failures, our struggles, the issues that we're going through, that we need to get help, that we're, having this hardship or made this mistake, then when they have those things happen, they think, I must not be cut out for this. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe this is never going to happen for me. Maybe this isn't possible for me because my teachers seem, I mean, if I want to be successful like this person that I'm studying, no, like they have the I's dotted, the T's crossed, they're winning all the time, right? And so my experience of the online space and my experience of building a business in this culture that we're in has been, and I say this all the time, I think I was so naive. Like, I feel like I was always shocked all the time. Like, what is happening? Like, what, like, right. Why did no one tell me this? So now I feel like I have the responsibility of doing that. But what I'm seeing is the more that I share those real things, the more that people are like empowered and they're like, oh my gosh, this doesn't mean I can't do it. This is just like one blip on the radar. Right. And so I think that relationship is something I'm working really hard on creating, because I think there's so many entrepreneurs, so many business owners that feel anxious, depressed, fearful, scared when these things are happening. They feel like it's all crumbling. And it's like, no, I'm like, that's once every 3 months. Like, you're good. You're going to be okay. Let me tell you about the last time, I went through that same thing. So I appreciate that you brought that up, Maria. And this is life, right? And I want to say for everyone listening, like, guys, you see these amazing people, Maria. I mean, you're just incredible. These amazing people inside this container that are doing mind-blowing things that we're all just like in it to win it. It's community, it's collaboration, it's sharing, it's being on this imperfect but very beautiful journey that has high highs and low lows, but it keeps you focused, right?
Yeah. And I want to say one thing, and I think everyone in this virtual world has to remember the real world. It's okay to be on your journey, like in your container. I want to elaborate on this. It's safe. You can share personal stuff. No one's judging. You can be real. You don't have to be afraid of being vulnerable and then be like, oh, someone might see what I said and then they're online. It's not like that, because it's a high vibration, a healthy environment of people who are all on the same trajectory to go to the same place. We all just want to elevate and be a better version of ourselves. So 100%. That's also so impressive, because I've met beautiful, healthy, wonderful people in this community. And that's important. That's so
oh my gosh. It's one of the biggest things that motivated me to do this right now, because I'm looking around and I'm saying, wow, if people just absorb what they're naturally being introduced to, whether it's online, whether it's in their personal life, whatever the case right now, that is not going to take you to where you want to go. And unfortunately, things influence us both consciously and subconsciously. So you may not even realize what you're absorbing in your everyday life from people that they don't have bad intentions. They're not trying to hurt you, but they're in a bad place. They're negative. They're not believers. They're not strivers. They're not the people that are making their 1% life. I mean, who do you know that like just so happens to be like making their 1% life? Like, I don't know about you, but like, I just didn't come up in that environment. Okay.
No, me neither.
Right. Exactly. So if you don't then intentionally choose to invest in putting yourself in that space, then you are subconsciously all day, every day, literally fighting friction. Like, you don't need internal friction, right? You want to put yourself in an environment and space that is positively pumping that energy and that commitment and that high vibration, like you said, Maria, of like that intentionality, that intent, that focus, that drive, that mission orientation. And guys, if you're watching this video and you're just kind of going along with whatever's in your environment, you're watching TV, you're scrolling on social media, you're looking at where your natural, habitat is, I guarantee that is not facilitating the 1% life that you want to create for yourself. Right?
Yeah. And you make it very just so beautiful and so attractive, because it's real. Like, again, it's all real. So to me, being in a container like this, anybody who's on the fence, I'm going to tell you guys something. I have almost 40 years. I don't know how I could be this old, 40 years of business experience. I worked on myself personal development wise for over 20 years. And this is the perfect container, no matter where you are in that journey. If you want to better yourself personally, if you want to be more open and enlightened and meet beautiful people and have a safe, this is the biggest thing, a safe place to share your good stuff where people are all going to support you. This is it. This is it, because sometimes you just can't share your good stuff with everyone. They're just not capable of supporting you, and it's not their fault. You got to meet them where they're at, but you got to find how to take care of yourself.
It's so funny that you said that, Maria, and I'll just share a personal thing really quick because it's just so true. Having a place where you can celebrate your wins, you don't really realize how important that is. I remember when I had one of the biggest accomplishments of my life. I remember I was driving in the car with my husband and I turned to him and I just had tears streaming down my face and I said, I don't have anyone to call right now. And it wasn't that I don't have anyone to call. There's a lot of people I could call. Okay. I didn't have anyone to call that would be wholeheartedly and genuinely.
You're making me emotional.
No,
It's
you
so
know what
true.
because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It wasn't that I didn't have anyone to call. It's that I didn't have anyone to call, right? Because there's a difference when you set these big goals for your life and you have this huge vision. I did a whole video about this recently where, people are just like, why don't you relax? Just relax, like just settle. Like why are you stressing yourself out? Like, why do you care so much? Like, why are you trying so hard? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like the average person is just not going to get behind that because you trigger the shit out of them. Excuse my language. You just trigger them. You trigger them. You trigger. All you do is trigger them because it brings up in them what they're not doing in their own life, what they're not achieving in their own life. And you're absolutely right, Maria, like to have a place where like you can share, not just when you need help, because everybody loves when you share when you need help, right?
Yeah.
We're all happy to help when you need help. That's cool. And there's
Yep.
space for that. But you can actually have a win and have people that are genuinely happy for you and can be present to that. Because guess what? They're winning too. They're winning too. And that's like a thing right now. That's a thing. And there's so many people out there that I feel like they dim their light because they don't want to be so disruptive to the people that'll be triggered by them actually achieving what matters most to them. So what you're saying is really, really important.
And it's so true. I'm honored to be in your company. I love you. I think you're just a beautiful person and you're real. And you talk about reality and you talk about growth and you walk the walk. I've spent thousands on coaching, consulting, blah, 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 since I came in the online space. And I will tell everyone watching this, if you're on the replay, if you're live, this is not a coaching program. This is not a regular container. This is an elite, beautiful, loving, just an exponential. If you want to just open up and expand to a new place, the thing you've been waiting for, let me tell you, this is where you want to be. And I can't endorse enough. If you want to talk to me, just DM me. Look me up, DM me. I will to answer any of your questions.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. No, it's an honor. And, like I said, these, for everybody watching, like these are the kind of people that we attract in this community. And I always say this, but you work on yourself first and then everything else follows. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And the thing about the Inevitable Millionaire is that we work on ourselves and we work on ourselves every week and we work on ourselves together, but then we're not going to stop there. We're going to map out what we're going to do about it. Right. And that's what's so key about this, guys, is, visualizing, healing, manifesting, setting goals, dreaming. Wonderful. We do it all. But you have to marry that with then how is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? And what am I going to do to make it happen? And that's, I think, the really, really unique thing that we do here is bringing those two things together so that by the time you leave our session each week, you have a plan. It's mapped out. You know exactly what you're going to do and it's realistic and you can do it. And you can come back the next week and be like, here's what I made happen. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Is there anything else, Maria, that you want to share about just your experience inside or what you think people should know if they're considering joining?
Well, I just think, like I said, I think my experience inside has been fantastic, nothing short of just absolutely joyful. Again, I just believe, I walk away and guys, listen, I am busy. I'm busy too. I have 3 businesses. I got 2 kids. I got a crazy dog. I got it all, but I have intentionally put that hour in my calendar and it is non-negotiable
Yeah.
Just like if I had to go to the doctor or something else, it's
That's
for
it.
me, and I just clear the decks. So I want to share that in The Inevitable Millionaire, the power and the love that you receive from everyone that is together is second to none. This, again, it's nothing like anything I've ever been in, invested in. I've already had major breakthroughs in the few weeks. And again, I'm a doer. It's not like I'm a
Yeah.
slacker, but the shift in
Yeah.
energy and the shift in intentionality has allowed me to give myself permission
Yeah.
to make changes that maybe I was dragging my feet on, right? So if you're on the fence, guys, do this for yourself. Do this for yourself. Get rid of your subscriptions, get rid of some nonsense that's sucking up your money. Do this for yourself, because that energy is going to propel so much growth. I just can't say enough. And again, anyone can reach
Yeah.
out to me personally. I'd be glad to tell them what we do.
Yeah. Oh, you're amazing. Well, thank you, Marie. It is just an honor to have you in the program, and you're so much fun. And thank you for like leaning in. I feel your presence on the calls every week. Like you're there, you're invested, and you're going to be one of those people that like you're going to have this 12-month transformation because you made it non-negotiable. You committed your energy. You're fully present to it. You're doing the work, and it's going to show. So thank you. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
I'm so happy to have you in this amazing journey with me.
And thank you. I love you too.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye. Thank you
Cal.
for
Bye.
joining. All right, everybody. So listen, you heard it. You're hearing from busy business owners that are running multiple companies. They have families, they're homeschooling, they're managing their households, they're running their lives, and they're making time for this 1 hour to totally transform their lives every single week. There's nothing more important than taking an hour to invest in you. There is a Kajabi site with all of the sessions, with all of the workbooks, with all of the actual live trainings. There is a kickoff jumpstart package that you will get from the moment that you sign up to get you started and get you moving right away to start transforming your mindset, healing your mind and body, and preparing for this amazing journey. We have tickets going out the door for the September 2nd Elevate Your Inner Circle event. There are just 4 days left to join. And if you want in on that event, you can get a ticket absolutely for free when you pay in full today at inevitablemillionaires.com. This amazing journey is going to help you to reclaim your health, to prioritize your growth as a person, your happiness, radical happiness. You are going to be living in such a state of gratitude, fulfillment, purpose, and financial abundance. You're not even going to believe what is possible for you over these 12 months together. This is the last time that we're going to be pricing it at this price point. So for only $3,000 and some dollars, like Maria said, you cut a couple subscriptions that you aren't using anyway, and you have your ticket for the year, 52 weeks of transformation, and for a very low investment for less than the cost of one college course. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all on the inside. Remember, you decide where your 24 hours go. This is the absolute best use of that 1 hour. When you look at how you want to change your life, the results that you want to get in your business, the wealth that you want to create, you need to have the mindset, the beliefs, the habits, and the strategy and action plan to make that happen. And we're making sure you have each and every one of those things. So look forward to seeing you on the inside. I'll see you back here live at 12 p.m. Eastern. And I can't wait to celebrate all of our new Inevitable Millionaires. Thanks.